So, through the arguments presented in verses 45, 46, 47, three arguments, right? I'm not repeating. The disciple is inclined to believe that there is no substance, independent substance, like the soul, correct? Which has an independent existence. Based on this belief, or you can say based on his arguments, the disciple concludes. He's concluding the argument. If he has already concluded that the soul does not exist, then the Guru does not need to speak. But the Guru will start now. So this means he is just concluding his argument. So what is he saying?
માટે છે નહીં આત્મા મિથ્યા મોક્ષ ઉપાય એ અંતર શંકા તણો સમજાવો સદુપાય.
So if you see the original writing, see, first Bhagwan has written, Mate che nahi atma, mithya moksha upay. You get it, the fourth one? This one. And પહેલા શું લખ્યું હતું? અંતર શંકા એમ છે, સમજાવો સદુપાય. Then he felt like correcting this. So he cancelled it. અને પછી ઉપર લખ્યું એ અંતર શંકા તનો. It nearly means the same, right? But there is a little difference. There is little difference. So finally, પહેલા જ્યારે લખ્યું ત્યારે અંતર શંકા એમ છે, મારી અંતર શંકા આવી છે, સમજાવો સદુપાય. He cancels it and writes એ અંતર શંકા તનો. So these are the few of the corrections he made at that time, in that sitting only, not afterwards. So, mate che nahi atma, you can understand mate, because of these arguments which I have put forth, which make sense, therefore the soul is not. Mate che nahi atma, not means not existing. Mithya moksha upaya, then the means of liberation is useless. Mithya means useless. Then why are you teaching us the do's and the don'ts, and this is the way to moksha and all? Who will go to moksha? Because I don't believe in the soul only. So mithya moksha upaya. So then everything what I've been doing, even not only the religious practices, but even the ethics I'm following is useless now. Because there is no soul, there is no rebirth. So what if I gamble, and what if I rob, and what if I lie, and nothing is now meaningful, so everything is useless. E antar shanka tano, e antar ni je mari shanka che, doubt, tano means tell me, give me, samjhavo sadupay, please give me a satisfactory solution for the doubt in my mind. He already has in mind that he is going to get a satisfactory reply. From the way he is saying samjhavo means he knows કે કંઈક તો મારાથી એ છે. He has something more than, and he exactly knows where I'm incorrect, which I yet don't know, I don't feel. So the word samjhavo only shows his humility, his vinay. He himself is doubting his doubts. But he cannot come. It's not getting clarified. So he wants the Sadguru to samjhavo sadupaya. Meaning, the soul, therefore why? Because of the previous three arguments. Therefore, the soul does not exist. The means of its liberation, it means the soul's liberation, the means of soul's liberation are therefore useless. Please give me a satisfactory solution for the doubt that I have in my mind. If religion is the method of soul's religion, it is not required at all. Religion. Why? Since the soul does not exist, so who is going to get liberated? So it does not exist. Oh, true teacher, this is the way I'm expressing it's not there in the Gatha itself, but I know what's in his heart. So, O true teacher, please remove my doubt and explain the nature of the soul's existence, if at all there is any. કાં તો એક વર્ષમાં ખાલી કહી દો કે you are right બેટા, there is no soul which is existing. તો બધું સારું થઈ જાય. Then I don't need to know મોક્ષ ઉપાય everything, because who, why? So તો ખટપટ જ પતી ગઈ, બસ કાલથી holiday start. But if there is anything like so, please clarify. So the student, the pupil, the disciple, whatsoever you call him, is concluding, again and again I am saying he's concluding his arguments. So whenever you have to express your doubt, you say કે આ બધા કારણોથી મને એમ લાગે છે કે આ જૂઠો માણસ છે. આક્ષેપ you cannot do, આ ખોટો છે, આમ છે, એવું મને લાગે છે, સમજાવો સદુપાય. If this Vinay is lost, you have lost everything. You know, when they say wealth is lost, nothing is lost, health is lost, something is lost, character is lost, everything is lost. If Vinay is lost, you have lost everything in the spiritual realm. Vinay. બીજી કોઈ બી ભૂલ ચાલે, પણ if Vinay is lost, you have lost the roots. The roots are only uprooted. Now it's difficult to grow. So how much ever you feel you are right, એવું મને લાગે છે, પણ સાચું આપ ફરમાવો, આપ મને જણાવો. But I have some basis in what I am saying. I have some premises through which I reached this conclusion. It's not just an emotion. That you can express, surely. But the last two words of any shishya, susishya of course, is સમજાવો સદુપાય. તો બી તમારા જ્ઞાનમાં જે હોય એ મને કહો. So actually મારે explain બીજું કંઈ કરવું જોઈએ, but I'm explaining something else because I'm liking those words more. I know what is going to come ahead, but this સમજાવો સદુપાય is teaching me so much. So what is the sense of talking about the soul's qualities, meaning the swarup, the capacities of the soul, the qualities of the soul, the nature of the soul, the capacities of the soul, shakti, આત્માની શું શક્તિઓ છે, or mukti, liberation. What is the sense of talking about its nature, about its capacities, about its mukti, when the existence itself is not yet proven? Makes sense, right? So, and means of liberation means dharma. Path of liberation is dharma. So what is the sense of knowing dharma or making any efforts in the field of dharma when I'm not yet convinced whether the soul is existing or not? So don't tell me more about the soul. First, just prove that the soul exists. Then કેટલી શક્તિઓ છે, 47 શક્તિ છે કે અનંત શક્તિ છે, એનું સ્વરૂપ કેવું છે, અને વ્યવહાર નૈતિક કેવું છે, અને પરમાર્થ નૈતિક કેવું. All this I don't want to know right now. That you do discuss in Upsamar or Moksha Upaya. Because first, Moksha Upaya, you teach me religion, you teach me the path of moksha, if there is moksha. But you, before you prove moksha, first prove me. Sorry, the soul. Prove the existence of soul, otherwise I'm not interested in the concept of moksha and in the path of moksha. It makes sense. You are saying છઠ્ઠું પદ મોક્ષનો ઉપાય છે. કોનું મોક્ષ? પહેલા પ્રથમ પદ તો સિદ્ધ કરો. પહેલા prove the existence of the soul, then I'll be eager to know why is it so worldly, how can it be liberated, and show me the path. Very clear? So when his very premises, this is the word in the Nyaya system, we say premises. When the very premises is only wrong, the conclusion has to be wrong. Because you are going to derive to the conclusion from the premises. So we were taught, know the unknown by knowing the known. forget it, chalo. I'll start my knowledge of Nyaya. So, how slowly you need to proceed towards the unknown. We were taught that way. So, what is he saying? If your premises is only wrong, if you are only believing the existence of the substance which are tangible, which can be perceived by senses or logic, if your very premises is only wrong, how are you going to reach the conclusion regarding the existence of the soul? And the funniest part is, ironically, instead of realizing that in your ill-founded knowledge, you want to prove the master wrong. This is the mass stupidity we do. You understand what I said? Okay, instead of finding the fault in your premises, તમારા ગુસ્સામાં અને તમારી શંકાનું premises શું છે એ શોધવાને બદલે you go out to prove the master wrong, which is not happening in the case of this Shishya at least, because otherwise you would not say samjhao. You can actually picturize that he must have folded his hands and said samjhao Sadupai that way. So it's not the case with this Shishya, I'm just talking in general. So I'm saying premises tamari wrong che, information tamari wrong che. You are with lack of information or misinformation. You don't know the whole intent, the whole scene. But you want to jump to a conclusion and prove your master, આવું કઈ ચાલે, આમ તો હોય, આમ તો હોય. So I'm saying કેટલો બધો સંસાર બાકી હશે. You are not even ready. You are not finding the roots in your ill-founded knowledge. But you want to find the fault in the master's conviction, but not in yours. Such a mental disorder. We were taught we had one subject of psychology. My whole MA is coming now. I found it useless, but now I'm finding it useful. So only one paper we had on. So it was not called study of psychology, but psychology and philosophy go hand in hand. So we had one subject of psychology and philosophy. So they say કે જેને પોતાના પ્રેમાઇસીસથી કન્ક્લુઝન સુધી પહોંચવાનું પણ ભાન ના હોય, and who are just reacting out of impulse. So we say impulsive reaction, they are psychologically weak. Because if you have a strong knowledge of reasoning, go stepwise, then you can reach an impartial truth. Otherwise, see, mental disorder, it's words of psychology. In religion and in philosophies, you will just feel ayogyata and show compassion. This is what spirituality will preach. But ayogyata to unworthiness, so we had 2-3 verses on that. So Param Kripadev emphasized on worthiness and not words, worthiness first. But here, so we are seeing that his premises is wrong, and still he goes out to prove the master is wrong. So this is exactly not the case of this Shishya at least. But he doesn't understand, he pleads. So this is the right duty of a Shishya. ભગવાન મને હજી સમજાતું નથી મારી ભૂલ શું છે, મને સમજાવો. પણ વિનય છે ને તારી પાસે, બધું સમજાશે. Because you are not behaving impulsively. But you don't want to ask, you want to be in your loop thinking, fine. It's very, very fine. But you are a mental case and nothing else. Your impulsive reaction has no proper reasoning only. I'm not even saying about purity and bhakti. I'm saying the rules of logic is only not followed. If you don't understand, you first ask. And if you don't want to ask, then just put a comma. You can't put a full stop without asking. True? So this is the way he has portrayed the Shishya, so sensible. And that's why he's willing to answer in 10 verses. So therefore, if the soul does not exist, who is bound? બંધનમાં કોણ છે? Because soul તો હજી prove not થયો. So who is in bondage? Who is bound? And who needs to be liberated? And how liberated? Mithya moksha upaya, I am explaining. કોઈ છે જ નહીં જે બોન્ડેજમાં છે, એના લિબરેશનની વાત કરવી છે. And you are showing, you want to know how can a soul be liberated, but the existence of soul is only not proved. So I don't want to understand religion right now, which is the path to liberation. That's religion, dharma. I don't want to know anything about dharma. First, prove the existence of the soul and clarify my doubts. So he is very clearly saying that what is the purpose of knowing the path of religion or putting any effort, both knowing and working. Knowing is also not meaningful, useless, futile. And why should why should I starve myself for one day also? Upvas, as we say, samvatsari, no upvas, because that's the only day you do. So now don't use the word upvas, just say samvatsari program. Because એના સિવાય કોઈ કરતું જ નથી ઉપવાસ. Even medical science says કે થોડા ટાઈમે ડિટોક્સ કરવું જોઈએ. If you want to remain healthy, if you don't want to be pure, it's fine. If you don't want your soul to be in a pure state, fine. But to keep your body healthy also, થોડા ટાઈમે ડિટોક્સ કરવો જોઈએ. And so I asked my Ayurvedic doctor once કે કેટલા કરવા જોઈએ, તો કે એટલીસ્ટ મહિનામાં 5 ડિટોક્સ થવા જોઈએ. મેં કીધું એટલે 5 તિથિઓ રાખી જ ભગવાને. પાચમ 1 to આઠમ to 14. Because without vegetables, food is pathetic. So when it's pathetic, you eat less. And when you eat less, natural detox થઈ જાય. See this? Because there is a new dimension to this tithi also now. Right? But usually detoxમાં fruits and fruit juices લેવાનું, એ બી ભગવાને ના પાડી દીધી. Fine. એમાં બી હશે કંઈક છે જ. So it's all meaningless. I don't want to know the path of religion till the existence of the soul is proven. So he actually requests the Guru, please eliminate my doubts, clarify, help me resolve this doubt regarding the existence of the soul. And you can see that he's actually having faith in his Sadguru. And so the request, so the pleading. So the word samjhao, I can go on for another hour. Khali for in the word samjhao. See the bhakti, see the love, see the faith. ને તો શું કહેતે ખબર છે? બોલ શિબાની, તારે શું બોલવું છે? I can say that with. I have put forth this thing. We are talking regarding that stupid Dr. Mansi and her tantrums and all. We are talking about that. And I spoke all about it. બોલ હવે શિબાની તારે શું બોલવું છે? Your tantrums we'll talk afterwards. After now we are talking about her tantrums. So we'll talk about, and if I say, સમજાવ મને શિબાની, you see the feeling? I'm just giving you a chance to speak, and in other, I feel you exactly know it. So please add, subtract, multiply, divide, whatever you want to do, but please clarify me. So word samjhao ma full faith is there. I don't know about surrendership right now. Right now I don't know. But faith is there that he is an enlightened soul. Or it is whatever his faith may be. But he will show me some way. Some path. So beautifully explained. So tomorrow we'll start with the Guru's answering session and how he resolves each and every doubt, taking it one by one. Your doubt number 1 was this, and this is the answer to this. That way he'll be taking. So we'll sing the Gatha again.
માટે છે નહીં આત્મા મિથ્યા મોક્ષ ઉપાય એ અંતર શંકા તણો સમજાવો સદુપાય